Thank you for watching 5-Minute Tech Tips. This is Dave Casuto with SF Tech Training. And in this video, we're going to do another segment of our pivot table lessons. And this is going to be about working with calculated fields. So if you watch some of the earlier videos, you will see how to create pivot tables from scratch, working with date segmentation, working with percentages, working with charts. So you'll see some other videos you can learn how to do that. With calculated fields, it allows you to use the numbers that we already have, but make calculations out of them. So it's actually really good for forecasting, or if you wanted to just calculate some numbers just based off of the numbers that you already have, to be able to just get something that's not within your original data. So I'm going to actually use the forecasting example, where I want to see, okay, this is January for this year, but I want to say, okay, for the following 2 years, I'm going to add on another 10%, another 10%. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. How do we do it? So this is already a pivot table. You can see here my pivot table tools. I have my pivot table fields here, and I have all this stuff already set up. And I want to know, all right, for each month, I'm going to add on another 10% for each of these, right? For one's for 2021, another one's, or this is going to be for, this is 2019, and the ones subsequent to this are going to be for 20 and 21. So how do I do that? Go to my pivot table tools, go to analyze, and then hidden in this little icon is this fields, items, and sets. I'm going to say calculated field. So I'm going to keep this at field 1 for right now. You could name this, but I'm going to show you why I don't name it in a little bit. And all I'm going to do is replace this 0 as a formula, and I'm going to double click on this to add in this order amount that I have here. I'm going to multiply it by what I want to do the percentage of, right? So I'm doing a forecast of 10%, so I'm going to say 1 times, or 0.1 as in 10%. All right, so very good. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then you have this. So let me just go ahead and just change this so we can see what these are. So I'm going to say sales 2019, and this is going to be sales 2020. And you'll notice that it goes up, right, for each of these, another 10%, another 10%, another 10%. So I can actually project these out. And then notice I only have to do it for one of these, and it does it for every single month moving forward, okay, even for all of these. So it's pretty awesome. Let me do one more so you can see how this works. Again, go to Analyze, Field Items and Sets, Calculated Field, and I'm going to say Order Amount. Actually, take that back, because I want to do Field 1 times 1.1. Why? Because that is the one that I want to know 10% more than, right? So I'm going to do 10% more than 2020, so it builds off the previous number. And the reason why I'm not naming this, you'll see that Excel does this kind of weird thing. If I were to name this Sales 2021, and then I were to try to rename this column heading, the same one, it would say, sorry, that already exists. So it's a little bit weird. So I just like to keep these as these generic names, or you can call it whatever you want, as long as it's not the same as the column heading that we have here. I know it seems a little bit weird, but try it out, you'll see what I mean. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. That comes in. Double click here, Sales 2021. And just like that, now I have all of my forecasts moving forward for all of the Januaries, all the Februaries, and for each of my individual salespeople. So pretty slick, a huge time saver to give you a ton of data. All right, so there's a lot of uses for this. Try it out, whatever works for your data. Okay, because again, this is calculated fields. All right, so any requests that you have for me, you can put it into my YouTube channel. Find me on LinkedIn. Also, my website is SF Tech Training. You can email me through that. And I'd love to hear from you. And we'll see you in the next video. And definitely check out our other videos on pivot tables and other topics. So we do topics such as Excel, we do Photoshop, some PowerPoint. But anything else you want to see, feel free to let us know. All right, thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.